Hi everyone, my name is Luân. I come from tour guide 186 class. So today I want to introduce about Ho Chi Minh complex. So firstly, I want to brief information about the Ho Chi Minh. Uh, Ho Chi Minh is a great father of Vietnam who dedicated his life to save the country from the invaders. He was born into an educated family. Since he was very young, he soon expressed as a talented and patriotic person. In 1930, Ho Chi Minh founded the first Vietnamese Communist Party. Under his patronage, Vietnamese people were successful in fighting against the French occupation and had our own independence. When he became the first president of Vietnam, respecting his contribute and modernity for all Vietnamese family, he was regarded as the great father or symbol Uncle Ho. Uncle Ho passed away in 1968, 69, uh, 1969 at the age of 79. Actually, in his will, he asked for the symbol funeral and want to be cremated and provide in three parts of the country. The north were the place where he worked and late Vietnamese Revolution. The center is his homeland, and the south is where in 1911 he left for fighting to new way to release the country and had no chance to come back since then because the war. Now to go to the first place, the Bading Square. When the French come to Hanoi, they quickly turned this area into the political center of Tonkin. As you can see, today there are many French buildings around here, which used to be heard companies and important office under the French domination. On the 2nd September 1945, after the August Revolution, the French were defeated by Ho Chi Minh and his followers took power the whole country from the north to the south. The Dongwu government renamed this area as Bading Square. Bading means three three communal house. Communal house is originally the name of a village in Thanh Hóa province, about 170 kilometers from Hanoi, where the first resistance against the French colonists of Vietnam people took place. So when Hanoi got freedom, the Vietnamese government decided to give the name Bading to the district to remind of our prehistory. Up to now, Bading district is always considered the political heart of Hanoi, where the most of government, party, and nation assembly of the office are located. So, about the French architecture in Hanoi. And you know, after completing their invasion in Hanoi, the French designed a master plan for the city development. Many western streets appear, a lot of buildings were under the construction. It is true to say that French architecture made a great influence on Hanoi scenery. All the buildings with the French architecture were designed very carefully to adapt to the weather in Hanoi. It made the building always cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Generally speaking, French building are not always painted with general color. It made the building to be outstanding in the green garden. However, there is another explanation as under the feudalism, uh, feudalism, was the scare color, which used only by royal family. So when the French came to Vietnam, they want to use the color to pro, prove with the local people that their position were high as a king. So why Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum were built here? Uh, this were in 1945. President Ho Chi Minh read the Declaration of Independence on September 2nd, 1945, making the establishment of Democratic Republic of Vietnam. So now we go to Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. What is the reason of the building Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum? In the Vietnam War against American, Vietnam was divided into the two zones. The North was under the country of control of the Vietnam government. It's led pyramid to fight against American army, dominating in the South. The Southern people was always missing and looking forward to be country reunification and seeing the waiting father. When Uncle Ho was alive, his great wit were also see the Vietnamese unite and to visit the Southern people on again. Fortunately, it does not happen. Thus, Vietnamese government decided to build the mausoleum to keep his body remain. So later on, the people from any part of the country and foreign friends can visit him. So some information. Where was Ho Chi Minh body before this mausoleum was completed? At that time, the war against American army was at its violence, and it was impossible to carry out the project easily. So when Uncle Ho took part away in 1969, his body was firstly implanted by Vietnamese and Soviet Union experts and keep it at in a septic environment in secret place while waiting for a peaceful day. The firstly is were preserved in the hospital in Hanoi on 08 hospital. However, from the 1969 to 1975, because of some unexpected reason, the U.S. escalated the war in the 1969. Hanoi was severely flooded in 1970, and the U.S. aircraft surface bombing in Hanoi in 1972. His body was moved to an army base which is 16 kilometer west of Hanoi, is K9 Đá Trông Sơn Tây. The movement were extremely difficult as they had to minimize any shock while minimize to the speed to reach a new life for the dead body maintained. The base infrastructure were quite basic. Only equipment were imported from Soviet Union, but Vietnamese doctors had to make a lot of training to adapt with Vietnamese tropical climate and work conditions. Uh, about the construction projects. Oh, sorry. Oh, you can the part is. So we can discuss about the signification of its structure and details. The mausoleum is surrounded by square marble columns and divides the building into five sections. It remains a traditional of how of Vietnam in the countryside where the alcohol was born and grew up. On the facade, on the facade, on the facade are the words of President Ho Chi Minh written in the red from marble. The material is a conditional to be a symbol of lofty and morality of President Ho Chi Minh. Inside you can see the golden sentence, letting E more precious than independence and freedom. One of the most well-known sentences spoken by Ho Chi Minh. So this is also uh, lodged a Vietnamese war resistance against the invader. In front of a mausoleum, there are hundreds of glass cells which can be imaged as a mass into Vietnamese communal house for the Vietnamese people to gather around their great father Ho Chi Minh. And bamboo is a traditional tree in Vietnam. We can easily to see in the many Vietnamese village. Bamboo is a group of Korean evergreens. Each one of the fastest growing plant on earth with a reported growth rate of 100 centimeters per day. So the bamboo range on the both sides can be understood as a defense for this museum. So now we can go to the presidential presidential place. This building was designed by a German architect for a French Indochina governor. The construction project started in 1990 and completed 1906. It was the most flashy and expensive construction at that time. Rock, title, and brick were the tailor-made at some factory in Vietnam, while the fur, window, bar, glass were imported from France and other Arab countries. When the project was completed, building had 36 rooms and named Indochina Governor Palace. From the 1945 to 1946, it was in turn occupied the Japanese, fascist, and Chinese military. Then since 1946, when the French come back and determined the win with weak intention in Vietnam, it reinforced this place to the most supreme or colonial French government. In 1954, after 9 years fighting against the French, Vietnamese entirely got independence from French domination. So this bill was recalled to presidential place. Alcohol was supposed to lie and work here. However, Ho Chi Minh refused to lie in this luxurious and hill building. He said were totally unsuitable for his poor and starving people, he decided to stay at a small house in this garden, house no 54. So we can we will go there later. So this period was only used to welcome foreign delegation and Vietnamese children go, who come to visit their uncle home. Up to now, it's still for the Vietnamese president to welcome many heads of state and high-ranking delegations of various parties and governments all over the world. So now we will go to the next, the How No 54. Okay, the first you can see Ho Chi Minh's car, the pagoda at the middle. The president from Soviet or UN government in 1955 were very suitable for long distance and roads. In 1960, Soviet Union government also give alcohol some new cars with better quality, but he refused to use and leave them to the serve for Vietnamese diplomats. The second, the Bordeaux, a present from France. Vietnamese people in 1964 used for the going around the city, and especially when the alcohol getting older and weaker. And next, the wrist, the big kid on the left. Here short name Stalin. This brand will put products in limited and used as a present for the national leader of early. The car has a 10 centimeter bullet proof cover. Is 3 tons heavy and 6 meters long. On someone asked him to relate this old and outdated car, but with the modern ones, but he refused. He said that they are good and they are present from his friend. Nothing can be compared. So the purpose of this house used to belong to electrician who took care of Gavler Place. From 1954 to 1958, Uncle Ho lived like and worked here. He had a very simple life. Most of our facilities were given from the people all over the world. In the bedroom, there are a round table given by Fidel Castro and Khuất Nguyễn Boiem statue. At the kitchen, there are thermometer. When the temperature was below 10 degrees Celsius, alcohol would be asked from Minister Education and responsible staff for the primary student to have a day off. They have to keep them healthy. Since then, this regular has been applied popular. He had never got married, so sometimes he was lonely. Later afternoon, when everyone back to home, the radio group of Hungarian students were turned on all the time until alcohol went to bed. He said he needs to hear the human voice around to warm him up. The third room is his living room, and meanwhile the working place. There are up to about 300 books on the various aspects inside the room. The toy on the table were present of Vietnamese Soviet Friendship Association. So now we go to the Ho Chi Minh House on the steel Why will how Pew when the death alcohol moved to how on still? After nearly 4 years healing world it destruction and recovery economy in the north, society gradually came to into stable and development. People living standard were improved. Therefore, Vietnamese Communist Party and military policy expected to build a new house for the alcohol. He agreed with this invitation and want to have one similar to how on stills in northern Mountain area. The house would remind him of the place where the head working for Vietnamese Revolution preparation received caring support and protection from the own location. Alcohol discussed the technique with the architecture, the house design according to original architecture of how on the steel. On the steels, there was no cement bench or a first line. However, Uncle then suggested at them at a space for the children to play around if they come. The house on the steel was completed in May 17 May 1958 and were indebted a meaningful present for his 68th birthday. Uncle moved to live and work there, but still back to how no 54 every day for lunch, dinner, and personal horizon. Okay, so and one more we have to the one pillar pagoda. Hanoi become the capital in the 2010 when the one king decided to move from the mountainous area to the delta, which is more convenient for the cultivating, catering, and traffic. The king ordered to build a lot of royal place, temple, and pagoda for the new city now. The pagoda was built in 1048 under the reign of Lý Thái Tông. But at that time, it was a group of structure consisted of a pagoda and tower built in the middle of square lake. The whole group was officially called the Diên Hiệu Pagoda and Liên Hoa Tower, but the tower had a traditional been called on Puno Pagoda. Okay. And one more museum, Ho Chi Minh Museum is the museum located on the area of the historic Baring Square, the latest point of Ho Chi Minh complex. It was commented in August 1985 and inaugurated on May 1990, right on the birthday century anniversary of President of Ho Chi Minh. The exhibition in this museum comprise three main contents. The first, President Ho Chi Minh's life and revolutionary cause and Vietnamese people implementation of the President testament. The second exhibition on the Vietnamese people life, struggle, and victory under the leadership of President Ho Chi Minh. And the third is exhibition on the world history with the major events since the late 19th century. The exhibits are located in the eight house. Okay, so that is some information. So that's all for today. So thank you very much. Thank you for the listening.